When I entered the workforce, I found myself surrounded by people who were looking for ways to use me to their advantage. Being incredibly naive and thinking that people were being kind to me, I treated everyone with kindness and sincerity. However, as someone with typical weak temperament and sensitivity of a highly gifted person, along with the distractibility of ADHD, I now realize that others saw many opportunities to take advantage of me. It was difficult for me to distance myself from people who I didn't like and who I felt were using me. I always treated them well and with kindness, even when they were disrespectful towards me. This included both my family and colleagues at work who took advantage of my good nature and treated me poorly. I treated everyone as a human being, even those who didn't deserve it, and as a result, they saw me as an easy target to take advantage of. It was a painful experience that left me feeling betrayed and taken advantage of. On the line between normal and abnormal. That's how my specialist described my condition, but he also expressed his dislike for such classifications. This is the nature of my ADHD. I am constantly teetering on the edge between being different from the average person with the sensitivity and fragility of a highly gifted individual. Living with this condition has been quite difficult for me. Anyone could easily extract information from me by simply striking up a conversation. It was as if they were smiling at me while stealing my belongings, using me and my mind. Sometimes I feel as though I need to be protected in order to survive. Society is generally protective of intellectually disabled people, but the opposite is true for individuals who are too sensitive and gifted. People tend to think that these individuals can take care of themselves. Even parents tend to think, oh, she is smart, she will be fine on her own. I am not someone running with clutches trying to keep up with normal people, falling repeatedly without realizing that I don't have a leg, struggling to run and looking pitiful. In the end, after falling several times, I realized, oh, I'm not like normal people, I need clutches to run. My mind is so scattered that I easily lose focus, and my inherent sensitivity and kind nature often makes me a target for mistreatment. When I think about it, I just want to curl up in despair. I'm really scared of people. I feel happy when I see dogs or cats, but people makes me nervous. I get tense around them. What should someone like me do to live? In the book Others Who Were Gifted Children, it is often the case that children with these types of tendencies ultimately succumb to misunderstandings and take their own lives. I am on the border between being a normal person and an abnormal person, between ADHD and non-ADHD, and between being a gifted individual and an ordinary person. Perhaps that's why I live like this. I was always anxious because I had to hide who I was and couldn't handle all of the situations I faced. But in my world, there were many things I couldn't do anymore as myself. There were also many times when I didn't know what I did wrong. Thinking about all the unfairness in the world makes me wonder if God really exists. But the truth is, what I have is not what they have, and what they have is not what I have. So it seems fair in its own way. With these traits or tendencies, I think I need to prepare myself to live a lonely life and not rely on others, but rather be self-sufficient economically, psychologically, and emotionally.